But mostly what we wanted to do was to explain the outcome of a huge global shock, which was that we got the end of the Cold War and what the post-Cold War would look like almost completely wrong. That we went into it assuming that China was so invested in its economic relationship with the United States, that Russia was so dependent on its sale of gas and oil, that they would never upend the apple cart by challenging the Western system and going directly against the United States and its allies.
What we found as we went around the world was a lot of what I'll call nervous energy. Capitals are watching what is going on in Beijing. They're watching the balance of power as it shifts toward and away from Moscow. They're looking at how Washington is handling this. And they're making their bets accordingly, or they're hedging their bets accordingly. And because they're not all interpreting the signals from these three major power capitals the same, it has made for some truly fascinating interactions.
Everything about the new Cold Wars is not only more complex, but significantly more unpredictable. We don't have as good an ability as we had 40 years ago to say if we do X, the result is almost certainly going to be Y.
The sub-theme of this book truly, for me, was the limits of American power, even in the midst of kind of a hegemonic hyperpower era. And the question it, I think, should engender to everybody else is, okay, this is a book about failed assumptions. In 10 years, what's the book that we're going to write about our failed assumptions now? And can we get ahead of those?